What's up, everybody? We're live here. Well, we're not live. We're recording this, but we're in Vegas at the Furry Convention, and we're going to talk sports cards. Actually, I lied. We're at the Mint Collective, and we're joined by my favorite podcast in the industry, Sports Card Nonsense. We got Mike. We got Jesse. How's Vegas been to you?
Is that true?
Guys?
Favorites? Is this what you say, or is that true?
That's true.
Whoa, dude.
Dude,
I mean,
wait,
Okay.
Dan,
honestly,
can you say that too?
Well, you guys are on the podium.
Okay.
You guys got a medal. I'm not going to say which
Who
one.
else is on the podium?
Yeah.
Ooh. Honestly, we're gonna go Sports Card Radio.
Is that the dummy who calls people pedophiles and stuff without any actual
Yeah,
evidence?
he
That guy?
calls a lot of people scrubs.
I'm okay with that part.
Yeah.
The
but-
scrubs part. Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
Do I want to be on this podium anymore?
No, you guys are on the podium.
With him? I don't know if I
Who
want
else?
to.
Oh, you don't want to be there?
We interacted with him once. He said I
Yeah.
was not. My net worth wasn't high enough to respond to. I thought that was fun.
Well,
That's
I mean,
okay.
he
Seems like a
This
nice
took a-
guy, though.
this took
Oh,
a
he's a great guy.
This is Gotcha Radio. Where's Joan Calamezzo? Is she here?
That's a Parks and Rec.
Who's your bronze?
Yeah, seriously.
No, I said podium, dude. I don't want
How
to
many-
get. I'm not about ranking people. It's, it's.
Specifics.
I've got a lot of questions.
I bet you he doesn't even have us on our own podium.
Oh hell no, dude. We are scrubs.
We are here because of Doug and because of the kid passed out over there. Dan has nothing to do with this, I can tell you right now. This was a hard sell by Doug.
When we
Doug
saw
was-
the suit coat, we should have just turned and walked away.
Is it a suit coat? Is it a?
so-
I mean, yeah.
And it's a perfectly manicured, like,
You know what? I
8 o'clock
actually
the
no.
prettiest podcaster I've ever seen.
the eyebrows. When was the last time those were waxed? Those
Dude,
are
I've
tight.
never done that, and I've actually had some pretty good comments on my eyebrows. Do I have great eyebrows?
Mike waxes his eyebrows.
Oh,
You
yeah?
do?
Great. Oh,
Got
yeah.
TV spots, of course we do. My
Oh,
wife once a
dude.
month.
Dude, hook me up.
I usually have one, but I have two eyebrows
You've
today.
cleaned
so,
it up.
Yeah, yeah.
Looks
yeah.
really
We're
good
right
on
down the
you.
middle.
Anthony
so.
Davis
Really
style.
good.
That's all right. It works for him.
Yeah, yeah. Exactly. I should brand that on the T-shirt.
What do you got? What's your podcast about?
Oh, we're in it right now.
Oh, God.
But when does this
Are we
podcast
doing the
start,
pod-
though?
Are we doing the podcast now?
Yeah, we are. We are.
Oh,
I think it's about sports cards. Have you guys picked up anything on the floor yet?
Boring
Oh,
trip for me.
Yeah, at this point.
Boring in Vegas.
Can I just say, and I'll say, I was saving this for our podcast, so you're getting an exclusive right here. This is not a card show to me. This is a trade convention to me.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like
I'm with you. Yeah.
I feel like this is more of like the names, the businesses in the hobby getting together and talking. Now, granted, there's still guys here looking for cards, and there's kids here, but not nearly what any other card show I've been to.
Yeah. I've got two cards.
It has definitely like an industry summit vibe to it.
I don't
Which
hate
I don't
it,
hate
though.
that.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
don't mind
I'm not
it.
saying that's a bad thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's like enough cards. But I bought a Kyrie and I bought a Tatum. I'm high on those two guys. So.
Okay.
Nice.
I was given a Whitney Houston.
That's
so
right, from the 1990 Pro
don't
set.
want to brag about it. I
Okay.
will be getting that graded by SGC.
We actually
and
have boxes of Pro Set. I should have brought them. We could have opened them on right now.
Why would you say that?
I don't know.
Why?
I actually have boxes. They were $10. It's the best thing ever. Vanilla
You've
Ice.
offended Jesse.
Why would you, Doug? If you don't say it, if you
Don't
don't
offer.
got it, what? Come on.
I didn't even get a water. He's got boxes?
I've got a smart.
Okay,
water
this is what I'll
list.
do. I'll send it to you in a Pokemon First Edition outer box, and it'll have
Furby
the
box.
Pro
All I
set
ask.
in there.
and I'll film it.
Yeah.
And
Logan Paul style.
I'll make millions of dollars on the YouTube. and
The
I won't
hilarious thing is that we had bought some G.I. Joe before that.
Did it
and
spike?
And it
after?
spiked.
Yeah.
Like,
care. Oh, it definitely spiked.
There's
Yeah.
no way that buffoon didn't make money. There's just no, like, when you have that big of a platform, you could tell people to buy sanitizer, and it's enough to cover your losses.
Zero Cool sent out GI Joe packs with the actual V Friends cases
Yep.
when they sent it out to people.
Yep.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there was 6 packs on the top.
yeah,
I
this
didn't
this
know that.
podcast is brought to you by Gooby Labs.
By the
Yeah.
way,
It's not though.
I've
We
never-
have
what
we
is-
have no. This I love this stuff.
that's a real thing. It's specifically
It's-
microphone sanitizer.
Absolutely.
What a niche
Why
market.
is he saying apple? The fish is yelling apple. What
Yeah,
is that?
Don't worry about that.
Okay.
So if you guys get nothing out of this podcast, you guys know that this does exist.
Yeah, and if you're hungry and you spray it, you can take a little bite right out of the.
And
Tastes good.
And Kobe, if you're listening, we are looking for sponsors. So
Oh, dude.
please.
Kobe Bryant?
Kobe Labs.
Oh,
Go.
okay.
Microphone sanitizer.
We
Yeah,
did get hit up by
absolutely.
Manscaped. We're kicking around.
But
the
you
tires.
guys, you
Yeah.
guys had to get hit up by Manscaped, right? I figured they hit anybody up.
No.
So we've
I
got
don't-
like
trimmer.
Home Depot and
Yeah, we
like,
get a lot of weird
Home
ones.
Depot.
with the ringer stuff. Yeah, all the ringer stuff.
Oh
Yeah.
my God! Like
Well, it's not 'cause
like
of us.
Walmart, Amazon, eBay. Like who?
Yeah, but it's that Simmons stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, we just
We
have
don't
like
get paid by that.
No, we have like Panini and Gold and our stuff on the side.
Oh
but
yeah, we get Manscaped. Like they're all, hey, you guys got hairy balls?
Well,
or?
you've noticed like we don't
are
really have
timid.
facial hair,
Yeah, we
so
can't grow facial.
they're just like, yeah, you're not our target audience.
You know what though? Dan brought up a good point earlier. You may get nothing out of this podcast. I want to echo that. I think that's safe to say.
I was disappointed we didn't get you in the hospital gown like with Ricky Williams.
Dude,
That
that was an
shirt,
express
people-
shirt. That cost me
People
$19.
don't like that shirt.
Listen,
they don't
not
like
everybody's
it.
Dan over in a freaking sports coat. I wear nothing but, this is my outfit.
Yeah.
I wear my Under Armour shorts and my sweatshirts because I'm always sweating.
He is a
I
sweaty
can't
guy.
go dressing around like you people.
I'm a sweater too, so I don't wear a
You're a
sports coat.
sweater?
I'm a sweater.
I'm a sweater.
I don't
I'm a
think-
A
sweater.
turtleneck.
He wouldn't understand.
I don't think
I'm
I
telling you
even
right
need-
now.
Dude, I run hot. I sweat, dude.
That's a voice of a liar.
This guy's never sweated in his life.
I'm sweating right now.
Dry as a bone.
Look at that forehead.
Look at that
I'd
forehead.
like to see some feedback from your audience. Normally you guys talk about stuff. This was just two idiots randomly
Tuned
like,
in for cards, stayed for the sweat talk.
went ahead and unsubscribed. You're off the podium. Oh God.
So
Where's the half-dead kid? Get him over here.
Joey.
oh man.
We have fun.
Did you guys do anything last night after the event?
We went to the
went to my hotel room.
Oh yeah, Jesse was in bed at 9:30. I went to that Investicard party. It was all right.
Oh yeah, nice.
A little awkward.
Nice.
That many men in a hotel room is not great. So.
The ratio wasn't there. Huh?
No, and even if it was, I don't want to be there then. So
Yeah.
I get awkward.
Yeah, I lay down the awkwardness. That's
Yeah.
like kind of it's
Yeah,
kind of my
it's
calling
still
card.
good. Yeah.
All right. You guys take it easy on who's the most awkward, okay?
No, dude.
Are you on the podium of your own awkward?
Oh, absolutely. I'm gold, dude. I'm like Michael Phelps of awkwardness.
I like this. Well, thanks for having us on.
Definitely. This
Yeah,
is
this
fun.
is great.
Yeah.
We'll see you next.
What's the time commitment here? What did we agree to?
Nothing.
Oh, you guys are here for you guys are locked in for 4.5 hours.
Just the rest of the day. You know,
Another
at least
round
I
of-
get to sit, so yeah, that's fine. with
And you
me.
got a water.
Yeah.
The only water we have.
And we're working on getting the next one.
Yeah.
One day we're going to get a second water, then we know we'll made it.
Yeah, the next water's for Ken Golden.
Ooh, is Ken here?
What is that?
Yeah.
No.
I thought he
No,
was
no, he's a
Golden
actually,
Easter.
he's not on the show at
He
all.
pulled out.
Oh.
Yep, he's gone.
we
I thought we
do
were
we
supposed to
do
have a-
we do have a meeting with
Somebody from
His
there.
people
somebody.
are here.
His people, yeah.
Are we still having our meeting?
4 o'clock.
I want to have a meeting with his bodyguard. That guy seems cool.
I would put that guy down so hard.
Dude.
I think he transitioned from MC Hammer to Golden. I think
That's the only path in
Yeah,
the business. Yeah.
exactly. Made it.
He was wearing Zuba pants. at
Well,
the
that
time,
was
so-
my path into this industry. It was MC Hammer, then breaking, now podcast.
MC Hammer also in Pro Set, by the way.
Okay, real question.
Yeah.
What did you guys do before you did this? How long have you been doing the podcast? And what did you do before that?
Well, first off, Jet, you're a pro because now you're actually getting us on topic.
No,
and
I didn't mean to. That was my bad. Cut that audio.
I'm gonna tell you
Cut
right
that
now,
audio.
when you hear Jesse intake air like that, it means it's go time.
Here we go.
When he started breathing, I was like,
he's
look
real.
at
Hang
He's a
on.
real. He's a real pros
And-
pro.
Now we know I'm right. When my hands clap
those
together,
little Jimmy Dean fingers slap.
that's mean.
So,
that's
I was
mean.
in sales, carpet,
Same.
cars.
Wait, you sold carpet?
Yeah, flooring.
Well, you gotta
Um,
step on
yeah,
something.
yeah.
Hey, dude.
What the heck is going on here?
I'm a hardwood family, so I get it.
Yeah.
but,
Rich over here.
I'm laminate, so I can't quite afford the hardwood yet. Gotta sell some more flawless.
I got hardwood. It's a
Wow.
yeah.
Dan's bragging about it.
But to answer your question, I was in the music industry.
Really?
Yeah.
I could see it though. I could see a music exec. What did you do?
No, I played guitar.
Oh.
Oh, really?
Never mind.
Yeah.
I can't see it.
And
It's a
I
sports
take it all
coat.
back.
played guitar, and I owned a music store for a while. Worked in a music store for a long time. So to answer your question, what about you guys?
Yeah. What did you guys do before this?
Besides, obviously you're really good at ping pong.
Well, I'm very good at ping pong. I have been in sales I was in finance for like 6 years. I got burnt out and didn't want to talk to terrible money managers every day anymore, so I decided to be a day trader. Found out that I didn't want to lose any more money, so I stopped doing that. Went over to my original passion, which is technology, and merged that with my sales ability, and went and became a sales guy at Dell.
Nice.
And then,
Dude, you're getting it done.
Dude, you're gonna Dell.
dude, I got a Dell, like
You're
two
getting
of them.
a Dell.
2 Dells. And then 2020 came along, and I started looking at Mike, and Mike was becoming very successful with cards, and I said,
I thought you were
I'm
gonna say
jumping on.
sexy. It sounded like that's
I
how
would've-
it was.
I would've-
It sounded like it was going. He's
I would've
becoming
said
very
that.
sexy.
very
2019.
handsome man. And was it 2019?
What are you doing on your phone, bro?
I have additional responsibilities that you don't need to worry about. So there's timely
You're on a
matters.
podcast.
Okay. I'm doing 2 things. Let me live. Anyways,
and really good at multitasking.
yes,
I don't
thank
think
you.
he's doing good at anything. Put your phone down, man.
So anyways, then jumped on that bandwagon and we started doing the podcast. I just produced it at first.
Yeah, he wasn't on camera at all.
Yeah, and then it was like, well, let's give somebody for Mike to talk to a little bit. So then I started working my way in a little bit, and then by the time Simmons came around and found out about us, it was like, well, we'll just kind of do it together.
Yeah,
So-
we actually heard that Simmons was looking for a podcast, so we started to like the Celtics, and we started to try to change around.
I moved to
Only
Boston.
way. The only
Turn on
way.
an accent, start yelling at people irrationally. Yeah, that's fair.
I had to kick the dude out of my lingo and surfer talk from California, so didn't quite work out for us.
Apparently, everybody from California serves.
Everyone from California is awful. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I didn't mean
yeah,
that.
dude.
Most of us.
I mean,
yeah.
just as a person,
a
though.
couple people. A couple people are good. A couple people are fine.
No. I was out. We were in California. That was our last trip before this
Hey,
one.
you guys were in L.A. with
Yeah.
Ricky Williams, right?
Yeah, I loved it. It really. I feel
That's
like
his scene.
that was my scene. Except I couldn't live there. Like that would just be. It's too much. It was just like you have to be on all the time. I felt like.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, and it takes about 2.5 hours to go 20 miles.
Dude,
Yeah,
like,
those
I
are
mean,
rough.
I don't know how like I've never been to Boston, but I'm assuming like the traffic probably is pretty bad there.
Yeah,
but like
nothing-
it can't be LA bad. Like
And
LA.
once you're outside of Boston, it's over. Like,
Yeah.
once you're outside of LA, you're in Pasadena that has a
Oh, dude,
billion
Orange
people.
County,
And then
like
Orange
Anaheim,
County,
like
and then
yeah,
Glendale.
yeah.
Like, every one of those cities is massive.
Yeah.
So, yeah, not for us. Too much.
When
Yeah.
did you start Geobreaks? Like 15, 14-ish?
I started with a guy named Michael Brewer, Brews Breaks.
Yeah.
So I jumped on with him in like 2015 as the money side, just helping out with that.
Nice.
And then, we split in 2017. I went full time. That's when I left off my construction job, went full time with Geobreaks, and I sold to the pandemic. 2020, April
Nice.
of 2020 came around.
Nice.
And I was like, man, well, you guys know, like I mean, at least for me, I was like, if people can't have jobs, like they don't have jobs, people are struggling to get gas. I don't know if they're gonna buy cards.
Right.
We were always a Bowman group, so I had,
Yeah.
I don't know, $1 million, $1.2 million in cases. And I was like, man, I'm gonna just start going crazy selling. And I was like, I wanted to sell the whole business. I ended up selling 80% ownership, which I'm glad because it took off. I wish
Yeah.
but I'm happy. Like I got to the point, and like I said, you guys have a much bigger operation. I was everything: sort, ship.
Yeah.
And we talk about group breaking all the time because obviously that's what we do. And
Sure.
like, being on camera is like 10% of it.
Yeah. And
Like
it's the only fun thing.
the other
Yeah,
90% is 100% a grind, and
Yep.
nobody sees that part of
Did
it.
anybody
Like
get those numbers though? 90% is 100%.
90,
Look at
90.
your phone.
90% is 100%.
Dude, I'm 150% guy.
That's good.
You got to remember,
You
he was in
I
finance,
believe
so I
you.
mean,
He's
he's going to
checking
check all your numbers.
Hang on.
No,
now.
you are right though. Yeah, like for me, I finally got like some guys to do the shipping, and it was
Yeah.
like, oh, I can now not only can I sell 2x, I can sell 4x.
Yeah.
Right.
But even still, it was like,
I mean, answering
It's brutal.
emails, like dealing with distributors, like, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that people don't see behind the scenes where on the outside looking in, it's like, well, you have the greatest job ever. You
Right.
just open up cards on camera. And I'm like, that is such a small, I mean, to the point where like, we don't even do that part because that's like the easy part to replace ourselves with. But day in and day out, dealing with the finance, dealing with the QuickBooks, dealing with distributors, dealing like with accounts receivable, accounts payable, like, I mean, all that stuff. It's insane.
it's a business.
Yeah,
That's what
yeah.
people don't realize. Yeah, so for me, it got to the point where I was like, I had awesome allocation just because we walked in 2016 off the street and got 80 cases of Bowman.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was our first buy ever.
Yeah.
We said we want 80 cases of 2017 Bowman.
What a time.
And they were like, okay, you can have them. And then what's
Okay.
crazy is back then they actually negotiated down the price because we said, hey, we're going to
Yeah.
Peach State. Okay, well, and then we ended up going with Southern. They're like, all right, well, why don't we knock $5 a case off, or $5 a box, whatever it was.
Right.
And now, I mean,
What a day.
now you
What,
can go
what
in
a
with
day
half
when
a
like
million. It doesn't move the needle.
Doesn't
when
move
the
the needle.
customer had leverage.
Oh,
What a time.
I remember
What a
days
time.
when I was over at Mike's house and there would just be cases, just boxes to the ceiling just being delivered. And it was every other day it seemed
I broke
like.
out of an 800 square foot apartment. Yeah, we
Yeah.
lived in the same
Yeah.
apartment for 12 years because I just told her, like, and when we finally sold it, it was like, all right, we'll just buy a bunch of houses now and go crazy and rent them out. But we did. We just kept everything super simple. And I sold it, and I was like, we're good. Like, we can just kind of mess around. That's why the podcast started. It's like
Nice.
we need something to focus on because I have wicked ADD. So
And
Yeah, so do I. So
speaking
I
of the
agree.
podcast, your guys' podcast, Sports Card Nonsense, you guys are live once a week?
Twice a week.
Twice
yeah,
a week.
So
Twice a week.
Mondays, Thursdays.
Okay,
Yep.
Mondays and Thursdays.
On the Ringer.
All right.
I have to say that or we get in trouble.
Bill
Absolutely.
Simmons.
I think. Yeah.
I just want to say that.
Bill
man.
made us.
Or you want to say Bill Simmons?
Just Bill Simmons.
Bill Simmons.
Period. And that's
I think
all you need to
actually
know.
it's part of our we have to actually say it in every single microphone.
Yeah. No.
Bill
thank
Simmons.
you.
Bill
Thank
Simmons.
you, Doug.
There we go.
Bill
Good.
Simmons.
Thank you.
The Ringer.
Yep.
The Ringer.
The Ringer.
The Ringer.
Honestly, yeah, it's kind of crazy that that is even a thing, but it is really cool that Bill is like backing it and he's still involved. He won't talk to me, but he talks to Mike. He just threatens to fire me a lot.
That
and that's
happened
okay.
this weekend.
Yeah.
So he does talk to you.
Well, he
Through
talks
me.
of me.
He just through me. He's never spoken to Jesse.
It's threats. If Mike doesn't do certain things, then I get fired. So
You
that's,
take the brunt. You're the
Yeah.
punching bag.
I'm
Yes.
good with the
Yeah.
arrangement.
You guys focus on like evergreen content where it's like somebody can keep coming back. That's what we struggle with, right? Is you're talking about
Yeah.
flawless this week, but nobody's going
Right.
to listen to flawless next week, right?
Evergreen,
So-
is that like an industry?
It
lingo?
is.
Like,
I learned it last
I
week.
want-
Like you actually read about it before you got on the podcast.
Cody taught me.
No,
so.
there is a place for it. Yeah, so we did it
Yeah.
first. We started with it because it was like, hey, so this week let's do a 6-minute segment on what should I grade.
yeah.
You can play that in a month. Like,
Yeah,
so we
yep.
did start to catalog stuff
It's
early
just
on.
we've never done a full episode of that, and that's what's hard.
Right.
It's like that would be great if we could, but we consider ourselves more of a news show, and news is never really evergreen. Like there, you can go back and check a segment, but it changes over time,
Sure.
and so if we want to do a 101 segment, that's like 5-6 minutes, and the 101's like, hey, how do I get this graded? Or hey,
Right.
what would you say about a certain situation? That's all great, but it's not a show.
Right.
So
Yeah.
that's
yeah,
the
like
problem.
a good segment though. Yeah, for sure.
No, I love it. Like you gotta throw stuff against the wall and see what sticks. and-
Exactly.
Well,
Yeah.
that's our thing. With our contract, we kind of worked it out where we have basically 4 episodes off a year, which means like 2 weeks off a year. And if that's the case, if we want to go on a vacation or do something else, that means we either need to record there or we need to record
Re-record,
early.
yeah.
And that's kind of hard. That's where it's like, oh man, if we could just record like an evergreen episode, we could go ahead and throw it in there later. But we've struggled with actually doing that.
Yeah.
So
You've seen
Yeah.
a lot of podcasts, dude. I know Andrew Santino, comedian. He does a little bit of that, like evergreen, where
Yeah.
and it works for some categories.
Yeah.
Like for us though, it's tough. If we're out there talking like, hey, Jason Tatum's stock is rising, and I do that 5 days early, and then 3 days later he
tears an ACL.
He tears
yeah.
his ACL.
Yeah.
that's happened on
Even the Brady, I was actually going to record Sunday that week because I was on vacation. I was like, I'll just do one solo. Brady came back into the NFL the next day.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, so if you don't lead with that the next day, it's like, what do you do? You know,
Yeah.
so
Right.
we've tried to as much as possible, but it's a challenge. We have a couple interns that help with it. Like, hey, just keep your ear out. What's happening? What can we talk about?
Yeah.
Takes more than just 2 people on
Yep.
our side
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
Well, I know we've taken a lot of your guys' time, and we appreciate you guys coming on. We're honored to have you guys on
Oh,
here.
dude,
Like I
this
said,
is-
I've been a fan, and I'm not lying. Number one, because
I
you
told
guys,
you.
you guys are, you joke around, and it's not all serious all the time.
This is
so.
when I told him you guys became the only podcast in this space I didn't hate. There was a poll that came out like 6 months or a year. I don't even remember what it was, and it was like somebody's favorite or best podcast, and you guys were ahead of us.
Yeah.
And you guys came on here like, I mean, are we on the Ringer? No, but are we better than them? And I was like, finally somebody is in on the freaking joke. Like it's not just a bunch of stiff cardboard losers.
And-
so.
And we were told we don't have Jesse over and over and
That's
over
my next
again.
podcast, actually. Cardboard Losers.
To win.
No, or the podcast we call We Don't Have Jesse.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
That
don't.
is true.
we
You don't have
yeah.
Jesse. You
Yeah.
guys have
I
too much
don't,
knowledge.
guys. It's not always a dream being Jesse. Granted, most of the time it is, but I got a target on my back around this convention. Mike said
Oh, I
he
did
wants
say the
people to
same.
punch me in the
I
face.
made a joke the other day.
and
I was like,
people are taking
I was like,
that
you
to
know
heart.
Dude, I
It is
get it.
not
I've had
easy.
Yeah.
I've had so many emails that people like. I mean, granted, like it's not like we charge for this podcast. I mean, why would we? Come on,
Yeah,
the
sure.
content's
Yeah.
not that
Right,
great.
that's
But I've had some
After
emails where
today,
like
though.
they're all, that Dan guy just needs to stop talking. And I'm like, dude, I don't even.
He's been
talk
called
that
a
much.
blowhard
I got
many
called
times.
a blowhard. I'm like,
He's like, yeah, I can see it.
not a total miss. No, I'm kidding. It was funny with Jesse though. I did as a joke. I was like, if somebody just comes up and cold cocks him in the mouth, I'll give you $50. We ran across. Oh, you weren't here. Steve Sloan comes up to me this morning. I went up to him. Excuse me. He's like, oh yeah, by the way, if I punch Jesse in the face, I was like, yeah, I got to stop saying things.
I don't hide well in a
Not
crowd
great.
either, so it's
No,
not
Jesse's
easy
a big
for me.
fella.
Yeah.
So
It's funny when somebody comes up to you from like you talked about something like weeks ago and they bring it up and you're like, oh yeah, I did talk about
Yeah.
that. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
that's
Like,
happened a
because they
lot.
maybe just listened to it and you
Yeah.
did it like months ago and they're like, remember we were at the National and they're like something about a fight and I'm like, what are you talking about? They're like, you talked about it on the podcast. I was like, oh yeah, months
yeah.
ago.
3
Yeah,
months ago.
exactly.
Yeah,
If
yeah,
it didn't
yeah.
happen yesterday, forget about it.
Yeah.
so do you guys? And before you guys go, do you guys like script your podcast? Or you guys just
gosh.
like go in and just do it?
About 10 minutes before, we'll have a general idea of
Yeah,
what.
we record at 12, so we get to the studio at like 11:45. Takes me 5 minutes to turn on my laptop,
Yeah.
and it's like, hey, I have these 4 things I'm going to talk about. I'll put
look
it
some
Tom
stuff
Brady,
up about those.
Star Stock, and
Yep.
whatever stupid, because we ripped them
I'll
this
pull
week.
up a news segment.
Mid-collective.
Yeah.
And then we'll just kind of go.
Yep, that's basically the same exact way we do it.
Yeah,
Yeah, and I tell these guys, I'm like, don't even tell me.
Yeah.
Just I want to go in and be like, you know what? I'm gonna wing it. And like we were talking yesterday, like
He,
I wanna-
he just doesn't want to do work. That's why he's
well,
saying
yeah,
he does that,
and,
you know what
well,
I'm saying?
no, and it sounds a lot cooler when I'm like, I'm just gonna wing it, bro. I'm just gonna wing it.
And you're like, Dan,
got
what do you think
this.
about that? And Dan's like, what are we talking about here?
I'm all. Well, let me tell you what I think.
I think
yeah,
that-
come back to me.
I should just drop a weird one like, oh, Panini just sold to Fanatics and just drop it on the podcast. and be like,
Dan's mom just died. Like, what? No,
I'm all.
actually, I should have said
Oh.
I don't know Dan's parents.
know
This could have taken a
anything.
real turn.
Yeah, let's go ahead and cut
Scrap-
that
Cody,
audio.
cut it.
Cody, what are you doing?
Awkward.
So the one thing we will do, though,
This guy right here,
the producers do the work.
he's on the podium with the producer
Yeah,
right there.
we have our Ronick. He does ours.
Yeah.
But yeah, like for example, when Tyreek Hill got traded last week, though, I was like, hey, look up Tua pricing.
Yeah.
I won't look it up because I don't want to know.
Yeah.
And we'll kind of play the thing like, I think it's probably done this, but give me some tangible evidence. I don't want him looking it up. So
I think
that part we will not script, but I want the research.
The most
But other
we
than
do
that-
is like almost like the picks from phone segment that we do, where it's like during the week we'll find something that's like, oh, we should talk about it on the podcast, and that's all we do. We just make a note of it,
Yep.
and then we'll pull up a link.
Dude, you know what we should do? We do a segment called Guess That Price.
Oh, okay.
And we basically, Cody will get cards, and then we basically have to guess
yeah.
what
Sure.
the
Oh, I
price
like
sold
that.
for.
Yeah.
I like that.
We should do
should
it.
steal
with,
that.
We should do it with these guys, and you
Yeah.
should steal it, but we should do it together.
That would be really
Like
fun.
Okay.
Take
guess
this
that
out.
price, and we basically
Zoom call or whatever
Yeah.
and pipe
Sure.
it in.
And
Yeah.
that would be rad. It's so much. Actually, it's my favorite part of our
Yeah, 'cause now we have, like,
our
competition, and
reoccurring
I
like,
win every
segment.
single
Dude,
time.
I win all the time, and I know nothing.
I don't know
I
what-
have no
I
idea.
don't know who to believe.
I don't know who to believe. So I've really established that Dan is the Jesse, or I am the Dan, and you are the Doug, or Doug is the you.
You've seen Dan.
You want to wear my jacket?
No, I mean,
Except
I
he,
would
except,
like to see that.
except he works out and I don't. So
Can we
that's
see
the only
Dan's
difference.
jacket on Jesse?
go ahead and take that jacket. Back, Dan.
You want
Go
it?
ahead, give me that jacket.
You want to wear it?
get my
You want to wear it?
my
Well,
Dude,
actually, unbelievably, we were with Joe Staley from the 49ers yesterday.
let
and
me
he
pick-
put it on
yeah.
and it fit.
Let me
Guy
let
who's
me
6'5".
Let me pick that up
Seriously?
real quick.
Yeah,
Let me
he
pick that
was.
up. Let me pick that name that you just dropped right
Oh,
there.
well,
Put
well,
that back on
yeah,
the table
no.
there. Wow.
Well, he's a dear friend.
Wow.
I'll tell you
Oh, it's a
what,
dear friend.
Dear friend. Yeah.
He put that jacket on.
He put that
what
jacket on
size
last
coat?
night.
It's like a
He-
38.
okay, first
that a
off, he
38?
did not put this one on. He put on the one I had
wow.
last
They're
night.
probably the same
Give
size.
the shoulders back for me. What are you, 36?
You could fit in this. Oh, here.
Mike, go ahead and put that on.
Now you're gonna smell like his aftershave. You know?
Dude, okay, first off,
It's an
does it
improvement.
look like I shaved today?
Let me see. Oh, the arms are not going to do
Yeah.
well in this little fella.
No, that's actually a lot better. Yeah. Does that fit you perfectly?
So maybe he's the Dan.
Is that too big on you?
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Look at
That
that.
works.
Look
Actually,
at that.
He's
think
gonna
that-
take it.
The camera's right there.
Any women around here?
Okay.
Can you button it?
Hello, ladies.
Oh, that chest is a little broad, but it'll do it.
It's been
See,
pushing.
I
think that's a.
Me next. Me next.
That's not bad. I like it. Well, good with my
Oh, man.
basketball shorts.
Brought to you by
gonna tell you, I feel a lot more
Men's
comfortable.
Warehouse.
It
Men's
does
Warehouse.
smell nice, by the
that's
way.
Calvin
You
Klein.
like that?
It smells good.
Yeah, it's
Rub that on yourself.
it's actually it's the same cologne as who's the guy from Maroon 5?
Is that Tide?
Oh, Adam Levine.
Adam Levine. It's
Oh.
Adam Levine's cologne.
You get that at Walmart.
Let me
or-
pick up that name as well.
Oh,
Do you
geez.
know Adam?
Do you know him? He gave it to you
I gotta
direct.
tell you, I've never felt
Well,
more
this is his-
comfortable
this
during
is
this
his jacket,
podcast
actually.
since that jacket came off. Like this makes
I know.
me
It's
feel really.
it's like
I'm
a
not gonna-
mullet, and now he's he doesn't have business in the
I
front
was
anymore.
dreading.
Yeah,
I was dreading this. This has been fun. I was really skeptical.
Let's go ahead and end it now before somebody ruins it.
Yeah.
Mike's gonna make a comment about a comment. Yeah, there it is. Yep.
There we go.
All right, and we'll cut that audio,
Yep.
Cody. There it is.
Sports card nonsense in the house. Thank you guys.
Such a good time.
Peace
Thank
out.
you.
fellas.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.